Face front, true believers. This is Modular Media's No Prize podcast. I am your host, Boingo Writer, and with me, as always, in the bullpen.
Representing that my desk is no longer very cluttered and only a little cluttered competition, the Vacuuminator is here.
We're here to talk about Marvel Comics, movies, merchandise, more from a variety of comic book publications.
Yeah.
You
can barely see my app because of how the fucking contrast is.
Yeah. Hey!
How you doing? Hey! I'm okay. I'm alright. Hey!
We're gonna fucking talk about shit. How you doing?
I'm okay. I'm alright. I'm
doing
fine.
So them's Avengers.
Avengers? Wow, what a concept. I like it.
Look at them Avengers.
Look at them go! Look at them go in their fancy ship. They're going fast. Yeah!
Going zoom zoom, baby.
Yeah, it's part 1 of the 3-part season. Didn't know it was a series finale. We got Operation Galactic Storm, which has very little to do with that comic.
No, but it's an evocative name.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good one. It's a good one. It's very. They knew what they were doing when they were writing that comic.
Yeah. Sonic should join the Avengers.
How do you know Sonic hasn't already joined the Avengers? Have you read every Sonic and every Avengers comic, Aki? I don't think so.
I don't know. I mean, he's on the Avengers. He's called Quicksilver.
Sick burn, dude.
But yeah, no. This is the culmination of a lot of things in the show so far.
Yeah,
it's like the
overarching Kree plot. It's Dunzo, or it's getting Dunzo here.
Yeah. Captain Marvel gets a chance to be a good old hero boy.
Mm-hmm.
Hank is an absolute shitbag, and I love him.
Hank goes full on world as a fuck.
Everyone and their mother would have made a YouTube video by now if Sonic was in the Avengers.
How do you know they haven't? Have you watched every YouTube video, Aki? I don't think so!
Let's be honest, if Sonic was in the Avengers, there would be too much concentrated autism for the world to handle.
Wow, making an autism joke in the year of our Lord 2023. Very brave, Boingo Writer.
Hey, I'm neurodivergent. I can make that joke.
Fair enough, fair enough. Anyway, I like the bit where Clint gets upset about zero gravity, and then somebody explains to him that, like, you're gonna have infinite distance. Science. They remembered it.
Yeah. It was Black Panther was going like, yes, but it will go on for infinity, kind of foreshadowing what happens to him in the episode.
Oh yeah, they do a big old heartstring pull. They make you even more sad than they probably intended to in retrospect.
Yeah, it is very much a oh wow,
that's what he deserved, and he didn't get that. Damn it.
You had a massive crush on Abigail Brand because of the show. Here's the thing: if you're gonna have a crush on any Abigail, this is probably the safest one to have, because at least in here she's not a shit bitch.
Fair enough, but also Abigail Brand. It's Aki. You like you like the Suicide Girls and shit like that.
Here's the thing: she's not a Suicide Girl because her hair is naturally green. It's not dyed. It's not her choice.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's naturally green because she's part
alien. An anime character. That's amazing.
It's because she's part alien.
Hmm.
Yeah. Her half-brother is legit full alien. He's like a weirdo dog man.
Oh, cool. I wish I had a dog man brother. Brother dog man. That's a heck of a movie right there.
Brother dog man. I'm like a werewolf, but I don't bite people.
Oh man, we're gonna have so many wacky adventures. Come with me, brother dogman. Let's go.
Hold on, let me lick my crotch real quick.
Oh yeah, you do that. I'm gonna get us some girlies.
Make sure they're okay.
This is me. This is me in the motion picture, brother dogman. This is how I move at all scenes.
Now I'm just imagining you as like Danny DeVito.
Yeah! This is my face on Danny DeVito's body. Let's go. Somebody make that Photoshop.
Uh,
Oh man, I completely forgot Superhero Squad existed for a full year and a half before you put that in the chat, Buster. Way to go.
I
You broke the
mean,
streak.
it's not a bad show, Superhero Squad.
It's not. Superhero Squad is genuinely entertaining. I just haven't watched it since it was on the air.
You know what? Superhero Squad is what Teen Titans Go wished it would be.
Yeah.
And I think by the end of Teen Titans Go, they got there.
Yeah, there's some good bits in Teen Titans Go. I'm not in the fence that like rabidly hates it or rabidly defends it. I'm in the middle of like it's definitely not for me, but there's some bits that I've seen in clip form and gone, it's all
The
right.
Stan Lee bit from the movie, fucking top choice. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Of like Stan Lee does a cameo and goes like, "Wait a second, this is DC. I'm out of here." And he shows up later. It's like I gotta admit, I just love cameos. That's
Yeah.
cute. It's
Nice.
a good tribute to the guy. Speaking of tributes, this is just a great fun tribute to just big dumb cosmic Avengers thing. Because I don't think this is directly any one story from the
No,
comics.
it's just oh boy, the Kree are here. We better oh god, we gotta stop them, or they're gonna make a big hole in the universe. That'll be bad.
Though their explanation for why Earth makes a whole lot more sense than the Kree Skrull War in the comics.
Yeah, they built it up pretty well because like there's just the inherent thing of like the four always comes back to there because the Norse people are just naturally attracted to Midgard because it's easy to make portals there, and then it's probably like they don't outright say it, and I haven't seen the latter two parts. This is my first time watching this episode or this set of episodes or whatever you want to say about it. Um, but I'm assuming the reason it's so easy to punch holes in time and space around Earth is because Kang, and they've been doing a lot of Kang stuff in this show. So it's
Kang, I
well
could also
well
see
built up.
maybe like, oh, the Watcher just is around because this is where 90% of the shit in the universe happens.
Hmm.
You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good.
Like,
It
it's a good
also
explanation for like what. Because in the comics, it's just like the Earth would be a good standing ground for the battle. It's just like, okay, yeah. And it's like Carol points out in this episode, it's space. You can just go around it.
hmm it almost feels like these are the like the show's written by fanboys who had that critique of the original comics and were trying to come up with a way to make it better.
Yeah. And it ties into already existing stuff that's in the story.
Hmm.
That's a good retcon.
Yeah. Um, not much else to say. It is very much a part one,
Mhm.
which is probably why it's a good thing we're doing both of the next two parts next week.
Yeah.
We're not waiting. We're gonna knock it out. We're done. We're almost done with Avengers, boys.
Yeah. But it's a good episode. It's a good, solid, pulpy adventure.
Yeah, I
Also,
like it.
also, the fucking spacesuits.
The spacesuits. Oh my god. There's two things about this that I'm like, this feels like it's based on a thing that came way after it. First of all, the fact that they're having a huge dogfight doing a mission around the sun, I'm like, this reminds me of House of X. This reminds me of Hawks and Pox. But then those spacesuits, they're clearly the inspiration for the endgame time travel suits.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Weird.
it's sad that the show got canceled, Aki, but say la vie, life moves on. It's not the end of the world that this show got treated the way it did. It sucks that the people like didn't get to tell the whole story, do all more with it, but we have what we have.
The only thing that really sucks is we haven't gotten truly good Marvel animation since this show and Spectacular were canceled.
Yeah.
We've gotten some okay stuff. I hear people take up for Marvel's Spider-Man and Avengers Assemble every once in a while, but we haven't gotten something that's truly great and stand out like this show is.
Yeah. I think no, you know what? There has been some other animated things that are interesting. The Japanese productions, like Hero Disc.
I I have never heard anything positive or negative about them. I only kind of know they exist.
It's interesting at least.
Hmm.
You hope freshman year comes out? Yeah, hopefully.
I
Though
mean,
there's a part of me that's starting to think, was that a genuine thing they wanted to do, or was that another we need to make more stuff for Disney Plus Pearl Mutter thing? Not Pearl Mutter, Chapek.
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 Could have been both. Could have
Could have
been
been
both,
both.
I think. Because the few little bits we got with them at like Comic-Con panels and whatnot, it seemed like the people who were making it were really excited about it.
Yeah. But that's the thing. It's like a lot of production stuff from Marvel just sounds like it was Chapek going, "Hey, that worked. Do more." And Feige and everybody going like, yeah, boss. Let's. Okay, the Werewolf by Night thing worked. Nova, Silver Surfer. We'll do those. You know,
Yeah,
but but
checks
but
out.
but but that
What?
that
What?
also eliminates a lot of their culpability to the whole situation, which I understand is like not the greatest thing in the world
Hmm.
to say like, hey, you guys are not culpable for the mistakes you have made. Only one, yeah, Iger JPEG just kicked into overdrive. Iger wasn't as strict about it though,
Yeah. He
because
was an
no,
influence. He wasn't a demand.
because no, they've slowed the fuck down since Iger got back in.
Yeah.
And that's not to say Iger is fucking perfect in every which way either. It's just,
No, Iger's still a big old Hollywood fat cat rich boy. We don't like him.
yeah,
But he's better than the previous Hollywood fat cat rich boy.
you know, it's just a situation all around. But you know what's also some situations? The fact that we can actually talk about movie news again.
Yeah, oh boy, a lot of news this week. Big old news week. The news store was just bursting with new news product for me to purchase and bring back to you here on the news show.
So hey, guess what? What if season two's coming, baby?
Yeah, we've known this was coming for a long time, but we got a proper trailer this week, and they're theming this trailer very heavily around like, hey, it's coming out in December, Christmas. We got a Christmas episode. Be excited about Christmas. Uh,
Crimbish.
and they're gonna release it one episode a day starting on the 22nd, I believe, going up till the 30th. So it's going to be an interesting, different kind of release for a Disney Plus show. I don't think they've done one quite like this.
No,
Um,
I think they're experimenting a lot with release schedules for Disney shows because they've been doing the week to week stuff, and that I genuinely think people take to that more with Disney Plus than they did with dropping it all at once. Dropping all at once Netflix.
yeah, it at least kept the conversation going. Granted, the conversation got kind of asinine at points, but it was around, and it didn't you didn't feel pressured to watch it right away. Like there were some shows where I would wait until the day we had to do this show to watch the show.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, it's like Disney tries something different with streaming. This is something different, which you know what, for I wouldn't say a throwaway animated spinoff, but it is kind of a animated spinoff project that's just meant to be there. Trying something different makes sense, and they're doing the whole 1 day thing with Echo. Maybe that's the thing they're gonna want to try and do. Maybe if it's more adult, more Netflix Marvel stuff kind of inspired, they drop it all in 1 day. Maybe they're seeing if that works.
Yeah,
So who
could be
knows?
good, could be good, but we won't know. We won't be able to tell you that because we're doing something special for December, and we've actively decided not to cover this show as it releases.
Yeah.
It's always possible. One of us could circle back around to it in the future, but for right now, we're not going to be talking about What If season 2 on the No Prize podcast. I'll probably still watch it. There's
Yeah.
some little bits in here that look interesting to me, but like I'm not like overwhelmingly excited like I was for the first season, and I'm not going to lie, that's mainly because I'm still kind of sore about certain things about the first season that I've already talked about on this show extensively.
You know what? I just thought about something. What if they're releasing it this way because of how Star Wars Visions happened? Because people talk about Star Wars Visions and they really liked it, but like the first episode, big splash, and then I don't remember anything else from people talking about it.
Yeah, I've heard a few people talking about it randomly here and there, but it definitely doesn't seem to have like made a big pop culture impression in the way we expect, which I think is it's literally just because Western audiences have a bias against animation.
Yeah, but like it's still a good show. It still makes sense, and like it's an anthology, so it's not necessarily like we're getting an episode of an ongoing show a day. It's more of like, hey, here's a random short film every day.
Yeah.
Which I think, like, if you think about it like that, like makes 10 times more sense.
Hmm.
But yeah, what if it's happening?
There is. What else?
What if that got some bitches?
Oh boy,
This news.
big time here. Oh boy, this caused a stir. Pedro Pascal is reportedly in
Mhm.
talks to play Reed Richards in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This hit the waves a few days ago, and there have been all kinds of interesting reactions to this. To my knowledge, it is not officially confirmed, but several insider leaker people who are very reliable have said that he's in talks. And honestly, I don't hate the pick, but it is very weird to me just because the MCU has the track record of casting really young so they can keep using characters for a good long while. And I'm not saying Pedro Pascal is like fucking geriatric, but he is almost 50. So
Here's the thing.
it's
I don't think they're trying to cast that way. Think about it like this. This is an actor who's like pretty well respected, playing a Marvel character. No one really thought he would do it. It's a little bit older. It's not necessarily out of his wheelhouse, but it's not really in his wheelhouse.
yeah, it'll be something different for him. I
They're
saw
trying to
people making
recapture
jokes
Robert
about
Downey.
like,
They're trying to
oh,
recapture Robert Downey Jr.
yeah, I saw people making jokes about like, oh, the whole movie's going to be about him traveling around trying to keep Johnny Storm safe because that's the only role Pedro Pascal can play. But I fucking doubt it, buddy. It's going
Have
to be
they
something
not seen
unexpected.
any of the bits from the movie with him and Nicolas Cage?
Probably not. Um, but yeah, I'm kind of down for this.
Mhm.
I'll be interested to see what the rest of the cast that goes with him looks like. Now that it's again, it's not 100%, but we basically know he's going to be the Reed. Um, I have seen one other theory I've seen that's really interesting is some people are wondering if they might be swapping out Kang the Conqueror for the Maker, and he's playing the Maker and not like classic Reed. But that also sounds like really crazy tinfoil hat type stuff to me. So
Yeah,
probably not.
that sounds a little tinfoil hatty. And yeah, Buster, you did break the news, and like, I like Pedro Pascal. I think he'd be great as a Reed. He's able to play that cold aloofness, but like in a way that makes it like disarming and comforting.
Hmm.
Like the Mandalorian can play cold and stoic and aloof, but there's still like a I understand why you're being cold and aloof, and it draws you in kind of way, you know?
Yeah, I think he's got what it takes to make Reed's pseudo autistic tendencies charming to a general audience. I am somewhat concerned though about like how he's going to sound doing technobabble. I need to be able to hear this man rattle off nonsense words at 90 miles a minute for like 5 minutes straight.
Dude, the scenes where he's talking to the mechanic about the Starjet Starjammer jet thing. That's
Ooh,
a
but
lot of technobabble in there.
that's still a little slow. That's still a little slow for what I imagine Reed going at.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, it's not that he can convincingly say lines like that. It's not out of his possibility. But
True.
next up, Steve Yeun's secret Thunderbolts role revealed.
So this is really funny. Have you heard about this?
No.
So Robert Kirkman was on David Finch's YouTube stream, and they were just chatting about stuff they're doing in the industry right now, and they were talking about Invincible season 2, and Robert Kirkman was like, "Yeah, I was just hanging out with Steven Yeun the other day, and he was joking to me that like he had just gotten out of a fitting for Thunderbolts, and apparently he only plays heroes that wear yellow and blue now. He's playing the Century, boys."
Jesus fucking Christ.
And
Come
like
on,
the chat even
Kirkman.
went, what? The chat even went, what? He's playing the Century? What? And he's like, oh yeah, was that not out? Did I just break that news? Yeah, he's playing the Century. Whatever, I don't care. I don't work for Marvel. They can't do anything to me.
Yeah, but they can do something to Steven Yeun. You probably got the man in trouble.
What an actual madman.
Ah. But like with the way he's playing Invincible, he can nail a Century.
Yeah. It's been rumored for a while, but to get it confirmed, probably be good. Be good. Looking forward to Thunderbolts.
And with the alternate future what if thing from the Invincible season 2, he can play a Void.
Lovable scamp Robert Kirkman. What is he? Like 56 years old now?
Oh no, he's a person. He's of an age.
I'm gonna Google his age right now.
While you do that, I'll go on to the next story. Taika Waititi confirms he's not directing Thor 5, but Chris Hemsworth is in talks to return.
Yep, this is another guy who was doing a completely different thing. Robert Kirkman is 44 years old. Okay. This is another story of a guy who was promoting a completely different thing, and he got asked about a Marvel thing, and he just kind of went, here's what I know. Let's talk about this thing, though. So Taika Waititi's got a movie that's coming out right now. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's called. I don't know what it's
Next
about.
Goal Wins. It's about football, whatever.
I do not fucking care. But he was literally asked, like, so are you going to do 4-5? Is 4-5 happening? And he's like, dude, those movies are a lot of work. You really think I want to do another one of those? I mean, the two I did were fun, but I don't want to spend another 2 years making one movie. All right, I got shit to do. I got ideas. I was talking to Chris the other day, and he says he's considering it. So there's your scoop. So yeah, Chris Hemsworth had announced he was taking a break from acting a while back because of his maybe you can get Alzheimer's one day diagnosis, but I guess he's at least considering getting back into the game right now.
Yeah, that's very possible. And hey, here's the thing: it's been like at least a year and a half at this point. Yeah, Taika Waititi's last film was Next Goal Wins, and apparently it's a massive critical bomb.
That's unfortunate.
41% of 98 critics' reviews are positive. Yeah, it's about like it's a middling movie.
That's 2 in a row for him, though. Did he do anything between that and Love and Thunder?
He did the Gay Pirate TV show.
Oh, did people like the Gay Pirate TV show?
Yes, as far as I'm aware.
Okay, well then that's not 2 in a row. He might be safe.
And he's still working on fucking Akira.
Oh, still?
Yeah, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah. Our flag means death. Yeah, people like the Gay Pirate TV show.
Hooray!
Oh yeah, he also helped co-create Reservation Dogs, which is the Native American Indian show.
Okay.
On FX. That's apparently really good.
Was the actual gayest pirate Captain Marvelous in the Gay Pirate TV show?
No. Who was in this? I know Taika Waititi played a gay pirate. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Taika Waititi was Blackbeard.
Ooh, spicy. I like a sassy LGBTQ Blackbeard beard man. Ooh, yes, make it happen. I'll watch it.
Yeah. Though Taika Waititi did just recently get himself into some hot water by sticking his entire foot into his mouth about the situation happening over near Egypt. I'm trying to be
Ooh.
vague.
Ooh. Oh no. Oh man. That's
Yeah.
not great. At least it's
I
man.
haven't heard anything more about it, but like,
I was reading the shit about Ridley Scott sticking his foot in his mouth, but that is way worse actually.
yeah, his is just basically fuck history.
Yeah. Which
You
is like,
know,
dude, you're making a movie about history. You can't fuck history unless you're literally going to have sex with history. You could do that in your movie. But no, you did the bad. You
yeah,
made all the
Buster.
historians angry.
Buster, let me put it this way: the best way I can describe it is it was very kind of Western world liberalism. So take what that will.
Not optimal.
Not optimal. I don't think he's an irredeemable person. I don't think all that kind of stuff, but it is just like, no.
Just a bit of an ignoramus.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of ignoramus, Sony.
Oh, it's time.
They're-
It's time to talk about the greatest movie of next year, everybody. The Madam Web trailer is finally here. It's weapon time, boys. I can't believe it. I'm so excited for famous superhero Madam Web to get her own movie. It's weapon time, boys. Let's fucking go.
Jesus fucking Christ, Sony. I know. Sony, you have Men in Black. Just do a better Men in Black. You have Ghostbusters too.
Can you believe it? Can you believe the scene where Ezekiel shows up and she says, "You have to become the web man. You have to web your mans." And then Ben Parker, young, sexy Ben Parker in this trailer. Oh boy, I can't wait for him to have sex. That's going to be so good. Or like the bit where Julia Carpenter is talking to Madam Web and she calls her Miss Web. And Madam Web is nice enough to tell her, "You can just call me Madam." Oh my God, the bond those characters are going to have. It's going to be so insane. I can't wait for it. This is going to be the greatest movie of all summer. All summers, in fact. All of the summers. All of the Summers brothers are going to love this movie. It's going to be a 10 out of 10, 100 out of 100, million out of a million. Fuck you, Sony, die.
No, Sony has to keep living to make Ghostbusters movies for me.
Someone else could buy the rights.
You had a good thing going with Venom, but no, we had to stretch. Yes.
Always got to stretch.
Uh,
Got to do your stretches. Stretching is important.
And that's another thing. CW looking at it's like, this is why so many superhero productions have moved away from practical, because if you don't fucking nail it, it looks cheap as fuck.
I don't think the costumes look bad, but they're certainly not the best I've seen.
I don't care about the sarcasm. 3 incredibly hot women in superhero suits. Aki. It's called r/cosplay girls.
Aki, put the horny away. Aki, do we need to bonk you? Do you need to get bonked?
Aki,
I'll bonk you, Aki. I have mod privileges.
Just go to r/cosplay girls. That's all you need to do. The Ghostbusters movies or the extended Spider-Man movies. Costumes look fine. Directing, lighting looks nice. Ghostbusters movies are good. I like Ghostbusters. Afterlife was good. And the next one looks good. And besides, here's the thing. They could bring back Men in Black. Who did Evolution? The movie with David Duchovny. And what happened? We've had this argument before.
No, there's never been an argument. You've just gone, I liked it, and Buster's gone like, well, I didn't.
Yeah, that's the argument.
That's a Buster Corp argument right there. Is you say I disagree, and Buster goes, yeah, okay.
Madam Web.
We love you, Buster.
Superman Legacy cast villain with connections to another upcoming DC movie.
Yeah, so they didn't cast the villain of the movie. They cast a character that is a villain sometimes in comics, and that's the Engineer from The Authority. They cast a lady to play her. She's probably going to show up in the movie for maybe a scene or two. I forget who the actress is they cast because it's not somebody I know. But I've not heard anybody go,
Maria Gabriela di Faria.
yeah,
Faria.
that one. That's the person. I've not heard anything bad about her, but not anything incredibly positive about her. Just people
Let's
going like,
get.
"Oh, she's playing the engineer. How about that?"
Uh, she, she's got a good look.
Yeah,
Here you go, Aki.
Aki, Aki, get out the lotion, Aki. Go for it. We give you permission.
But oh boy, talking about the Authority just kind of is relevant to a book we're gonna be talking about later.
Yeah.
We'll get to it.
Very interesting though that they've only cast Superman, Lois, and a bunch of random DC characters. Like, are Ma and Pa Kent gonna be in your Superman movie? Is Jimmy Olsen gonna be in your Superman movie? What's going on,
Here's the thing.
James?
I think I can understand the mindset behind it. Is like, oh, we know who we kind of want for these random people we want to use. Let's go ahead, lock them down. I know I want Nathan Fillion for Guy Gardner. I know this, I know this, I know this. But we're going to be very, very particular with Jimmy Olsen, with Lois Lane, because because here's the thing, they were casting for Superman months before the writer strike and the actor strike.
Yeah.
It's just they had to take a break, and then they could do more with that. But
Who do you think could play Jimmy right now?
Jimmy has kind of become a race neutral character, so get a young, good comedian with a good solid.
Oh my God, Pete Davidson!
No.
We were talking about Pete Davidson before the show, everyone.
If this was 10, 15 years ago, it would have been who's the comedian who always wears the suits and it's like, well, I said, but that with the radio voice, he just got off a rehab.
John Mulaney.
John Mulaney. 10, 15 years ago, John Mulaney would have been a great Jimmy Olsen.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ben Schwartz may be a little too old.
Yeah, he's got to be a little guy. Jimmy's got to be just a little guy. I don't need Jimmy Olsen, as much as I like those goofy old comics, Jimmy Olsen does not need to get powers or be a super important, significant character in the Superman movie. He just needs to be a little guy who's there to give Clark some moral support.
Yeah, Andy Samberg would have been a good pick too if it was about 10 years ago. He would have been good. Yeah. I don't watch many contemporary comedians. I mostly have the ones that I like.
The only comedians I've watched in the last year are Bill Burr and Joe Pera, and they're both way too old. Really wrong for the part.
Randy Feltface.
Oh yeah, I did watch the new Randy Feltface special, but I don't know if they'd want to cast a Muppet.
Yeah.
It would be amazing, though. This fucking serious-ass Superman movie about hope and optimism and all this shit, and just one of the characters is a Muppet.
No, Randy Feltface makes a cameo as part of Toy Man.
Yeah! Let's make that happen.
Aki, Kent, Jimmy Olsen, and Perry White are only good for Superman movies, while other casts are usable in other movies as well. So yeah, maybe they're already starting production on other projects, and they need to get those characters locked in.
That's fair. But man, I'm more curious about other people. When the castings for these randos come out, I'm like, yes, interesting. You're gonna use that character. That'll be interesting to see. But I'm more so I wanna know about the big iconic Superman characters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know what? I hazard to bet. I think they're going to do Jon Stewart if they do a Green Lantern movie.
Well, they said they're doing a Green Lantern show that's going to be a true detective mystery show starring Hal and John.
Yeah, but if they do a movie, because most people
Yeah. Everybody knows the Black Green Lantern because of the cartoon show.
I want to know who will take up the Superman legacy. Hey, guess what?
What?
Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, finds its writer in Anna Nogueira.
Yeah, this was kind of surprising. I think everybody, including myself, kind of just assumed, oh, Tom King's in the DC Studios writer room. They're going to make him adapt the comic into a screenplay because that he wrote the original. He knows how to make it a movie. But turns out no, they hired this lady who kind of funny, kind of funny. I made that little update segment in my Supergirl video that came out this week on youtube.com at the Vacuuminator, where I said, like, oh, she's done some stuff. Most of the stuff she's been in is quality. She'll probably be good at that. She's a career actress. This isn't the first script she's ever written, but I mistook all her IMDb credits for writing credits. They were like bit part acting credits. She has written one short film before this. So a little worried, not gonna lie, but I also think like this is clearly one of James Gunn's like this is a thing I really want to make rather than this is a thing we have to make DC in general work. So I'm still confident this movie's going to be at least pretty good.
I think DC Studios writers' room is more for ideas and concepts than full movie production. That makes sense.
It's entirely possible. I don't work in Hollywood. I don't know how a writer's room works. I assume that's just people who write things.
She's also a playwright, it seems, though.
Oh, that wasn't on IMDb.
Yeah, I don't know what plays she's written, though. It's not giving me a list.
Weird.
Let's see if we can find some of the plays she's written.
Google, help us, Google.
Well, I'm using DuckDuckGo.
Oh, look at you.
Oh, well, here's one. Which Way to the Stage?
Is that a good one? I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't seen it. It's so new. I haven't had an ever chance to see it.
Whoa!
It's 2022.
Hmm.
Has premiered at Newman Mills Theater, Robert W. Wilson Theater Space, Fallen Previews, extended due recent cancellations, directed. Yeah, no, if it's good or not, just kind of when Hasbro Transformers get interrupt cinematic universe pre-Bumblebee,
I remember when they made a whole story Bible for the Transformers cinematic universe they were making, and there were four people in the world who had copies of the actual physical Bible: Michael Bay, Lorenzo Bonadevora, Mark Wahlberg, and I think Chris Cooks, or not Chris Cooks, the guy who was CEO of Hasbro before him.
Yeah.
That was a thing that briefly happened.
Yeah, so she is a playwright. She has written things like this before.
Okay. So not terrible. Not scary times.
World premiere of Anna's play follows two Broadway fans waiting outside If Then stage door.
How about that?
Yeah. But hey, here's the thing. She's writing with James Gunn and everybody, not necessarily over her shoulder, but in her text chat.
And there's also the thing that like freaking I don't mean to demean screenwriters at all, but screenwriting is only a small part of the movie making process.
Mm-hmm.
Like it is a lot. Movies are a lot more made in the actual filming and editing than they are the writing. Writing is an important part, but it's more of a baseline than it is a roadmap.
Yep. And I can see why they would go like, hey, let's get someone new, because like, despite everything, that story was still a story about a woman written by a dude, and maybe they go like, let's like, I think think that story's done a good job, and a lot of people said it has done a good job, but let's just kind of like, for lack of a better way of describing it,
they're making a big female-led superhero movie. They want to be able to say it's written by a woman, and they're probably going to get a woman to direct it.
You know who might be good, but she probably wouldn't want to do it because it would involve too much effects and not enough of her style?
Who dat?
The same woman who did Eternals.
Maybe. I've heard a lot of people say they want Greta Gerwig, and I'm like, hey, Hey, I'd be really down for that. But also, she's got a fucking Netflix show she's working on right now, so maybe.
Yeah, no, there's some good female directors that can definitely handle that movie.
Mhm.
But like, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Hey, guess what?
yeah. Hey, what?
An adorable animated short is, well, not short, but animated movies coming out. Merry Little Batman.
Yeah, this is the one that got canceled as part of the big Warner Brothers house clearing back at the start of the year, and then they sold it to Amazon, and Amazon is going to be releasing it in just a few days, actually, which is
Oh,
pretty exciting. I'm going to admit this really does not look like my kind of thing. I sat and watched the whole trailer, and I was like, this looks cute, but not my kind of cute. But I see a lot of animation fans are real excited about it.
it
So
looks really
hopefully
good.
they enjoy it.
It looks visually, animation wise, looks pretty good.
Hmm.
Not a bad Batman design. If for a comedy, a fun comedic Batman design.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, it's fine. The Joker
All
looks
right.
cool.
I really don't like the Joker design
I
actually.
like because he feels very storybook. That's what I like about this. It feels very kind of like
I can see that. He looked like something out of a oh god, what's the name of the guy who did Wizards?
Ralph Bakshi.
Yeah, he looked like something out of a Ralph Bakshi movie to
No, no,
me.
no. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like that 70s style kids television show, like HR Puff and
Yeah.
stuff.
Like like something that would be in the Yellow Submarine animation.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think it's just partially because he has long hair that only stays in 2D. It doesn't
Hmm.
change shape.
Yeah. But people seem excited for it. Hopefully, it'll be good. It's another thing we're not going to be covering on the show because we're doing special stuff for December that we're going to tell you about at the end of next week's show. But I don't know. Maybe I'll check it out. At the very least, it can't give me as much psychic damage as watching 3 minutes of a Gumby episode the other day did.
Why'd you watch Gumby?
I just got this random itch about like, oh, I remember I used to have a VHS of a couple Gumby episodes as a kid. Let me look up a random episode on YouTube and see if it makes me nostalgic. And then I heard the voice acting and I wanted to kill myself.
Oh lordy. But when My Adventures with Soup next season 2, they're working on it, aren't they?
They're working on it. They put out like a little like fake TikTok stream promotional video the other day that people were freaking out because one of the comments in the chat is from an account called LexCorp Official. But that wasn't really that big of news, so I didn't put it in the news.
Yeah,
But yeah, the season two's coming.
they're working on it. Hey, guess what?
What?
It's the death of Comixology. It's being merged with Kindle.
Yep, they're finally doing it, everybody. Jeff's finally murdering Comixology completely instead of slowly torturing it. For those of you who are not aware, there was a big change to Comixology. I want to say, actually, I think the article says it was like 8 months ago because I did
Yeah,
skim this article. I skimmed it like milk. Um, and it really made a lot of people upset. It made navigating the store a lot harder. It made it almost impossible to find specific things in your library, and it was really bad because it basically turned a lot of people who only read digitally off of comics because there is no Comixology competitor. They're the only real way to read digital comics was like brand new comics digitally was through Comixology. Yes, DC Universe Infinite and Marvel Unlimited still exist, but there's nothing for all the independent companies, and those Marvel and DC services are both delayed by like 6 or 8 months. So if you want to read current, you either got to put on an eye patch, go to a comic book store, or have a Comixology account. And now one of those options is basically being taken away from you because all the broken ass Comixology functionality that still exists is being folded into the Kindle app. There will be no standalone Comixology app in just a week from now.
nobody wants to go to Google Play Books. Yeah,
Yeah, it's really shitty. I'm not joking here, not a bit. I am actually legit mad at Jeff Bezos about this. There are many reasons why, if I ever for some reason, some bizarre chance of coincidence reason, saw Jeff Bezos in real life and I thought I could get away with it, I would just start savagely beating him. But this is now really close to the top of the list.
Yeah, this is just not good at all. Free comic book day, gold sponsor comic books announced.
Yeah, this is basically the books that are going to be at every comic book store that has a Diamond account guaranteed. This is essentially the closest you get to a full free comic book day solicitation. And because this is so far out, remember, free comic book day is the first Saturday of May. A lot of these are kind of blacked out or placeholders, secret. We can't tell you what we're doing covers, but we do at least have a general idea of what's coming. There's going to be an Energon Universe special. There's going to be a general DC special. There's going to be an Ultimate Universe and Ultimate Spider-Man special. There's going to be a couple of other fun independent things, and it'll probably be a good time. If you've ever gone to Free Comic Book Day before, you should probably give it a shot. I don't do it every year, but it usually is a good time if your social battery is nice and filled up, because the store will be packed as hell, but there will also be a lot of deals on the not free comics, because the free comic book day gimmick is just that. It's a gimmick to get people in the door, to get them interested in and spending money on comics. So it's definitely something that's worth engaging with.
Fucking Pokemon Adventure jump scare?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they reprint Pokemon Adventure in comic book formats, and every year, at least for every year I've been aware of Free Comic Book Day, there's been a Pokemon Adventure Free Comic Book Day special.
Yeah. I remember forever ago, Free Comic Book Day, I got like a whole thing of like samples from Tokyo Pop.
Mm.
I still have them on bookshelf. Yeah, no.
Yeah. Free Comic Book Day. It's a good time.
Free Comic Book Day. Look at them comics. They're free.
This is for Comixology, bitch. Yeah, that's exactly what I'll scream. I'll scream that. I will bloody murder scream that so hard you'll be able to hear me from blocks away, and I'll lose my voice.
Hey, guess what?
What?
Everything except Spider-Man is good because Spectacular Spider-Man's happening.
Everything except Amazing Spider-Man is good.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I think adjectiveless Spider-Man is okay right now.
Yeah, but it's Dan Slott.
Yeah, it's Dan Slott. It can only be just okay. But this could be pretty good, because this is something people have been asking for a long, long time. It's a main universe book about Miles and Peter going on wacky adventures together. And it's written by a all-star Spider-Man, or I'm sorry, I meant to say it's drawn by an all-star Spider-Man artist, because Humberto Ramos is going to be drawing at least the first issue of the book. I'm assuming he's going to be on for like the first arc or so. And he is like one of the best modern Spider-Man artists, in my opinion. Like, I really like his work on the Dan Slott ASM run. But the big news here is that this book is going to be written by Greg freaking Wiseman. I know Greg Weisman has written a few comics here and there, but I don't know if he's ever written like a big ongoing 616 Marvel book before. So that's pretty interesting.
It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be fun to see. Hopefully, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not much more we can talk about it until it comes out.
Yeah, hopefully it's good. I'm looking forward to it. I like Spectacular Spider-Man.
Marvel is introducing a brand new Ghost Rider.
Yep, the in a couple months they're going to relaunch the book with a new #1. It's going to be the same writer, so it's essentially going to be the same run, but they got to get that interest back up. And the big gimmick with the new #1 is apparently Johnny's going to pass the mantle. Are you excited, man who is reading Ghost Rider?
It's going to go to his girlfriend.
Ooh!
Because they're building her
New
up
fetish just dropped, boys. Get hype.
Because, like, that's the thing they've been doing. It's just like, how many damn new Ghost Riders have there been in 5 years? Not a lot.
Not many. There's only like 3 or 4 Ghost Riders, not counting this person.
Because like here's the thing. There's Donnie Ketch and Johnny Blaze. Those are the 2 main Ghost Riders of right now. Then there is a secondary Ghost Rider who's actually a time-displaced Native American woman from the past.
Whoa!
And she's trying to get back to the past, so I don't really count her as like a contemporary Ghost Rider. And then you have Reyes.
There's Samurai Jack Ghost Rider?
Yeah, she's the one with the she wears blue and rides a blue motorcycle.
Sick, bro. Fucking sick, bro. Samurai Jack Ghost Rider. What a time to be alive.
But yeah, no, I put money down. It's probably Johnny's girlfriend.
Goth girl who lights herself on fire to punish the damned. Oh man, gonna be so much fan art.
Because here's the thing: this latest arc.
I beat you. I win. I'm the smart boy.
You made the Samurai Jack reference first. Because this latest arc is very focused on her and kind of like Johnny going like, "Hey, you can change. You can be better. You don't have to dwell in darkness. You can be a light." And it's like, oh, that fucking tracks.
I wonder, is this just Benjamin Percy doing for Ghost Rider what Chip Zdarsky did for Daredevil? Because this is essentially the same thing. Book relaunches at #1, and the girly friend gets to take on the mantle.
Maybe, who knows? Should you read Ghost Rider right now? I've been enjoying Ghost Rider. It's a fun book.
Everybody who's reading Ghost Rider that I know of is enjoying it, but there are also people who were already pretty into Ghost Rider.
Yeah, that's the problem with a lot of like certain Marvel books. Is like if you like the character, typically they're pretty good and solid. If you don't like them, it's gonna bounce off of you. Like that isn't the biggest fan of Thor, and he just bounced off of Immortal Thor.
Mm-hmm. That being said, though, I have always meant to check out the original run of Ghost Rider, like the original Johnny Blaze era, because people tell me like it's one of the few like original Marvel comics that has a clear beginning, middle, and end, and is really good.
Yeah, we are doing Fantastic Four number 13.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Patience. It's a virtue.
DC announces Joker Year 1. Wish they did.
The next Chip Zdarsky Batman storyline just got announced, boys, and he's doubling down. He's doubling down big time hard because Mind Bomb is apparently going to end in a big impetus to do a flashback storyline of the early days of the Joker getting his wits about him after becoming the Joker post being Red Hood.
Okay, that's fine. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's not the Joker origin that everyone was going like, oh, this is going to explain the Joker. It's like, no, don't explain the Joker. But showing the Joker becoming like the fucking mob boss at the beginning of the first Joker story, that's fine.
Yeah. I don't hate it. I'm not really gung-ho about it because much like many people, I think at least half of DC readership has Joker fatigue at this point. And I would count myself in that category. But I trust Chip, so I'm willing to give this a shot. Especially because the first issue of his of Mind Bomb was okay.
Yeah. It's also very clearly he is taking Batman in a direction to pull him back out the other way.
Mm-hmm.
Because I saw like talks about this of like, oh, it's an origin story.
I kind of like Chip Zdarsky. He's a Joker fan. Chip Zdarsky confirmed for Joker pilled. He goes hee ha ha hoo hoo all the time. He makes his wife dress up like Harley Quinn. It's crazy. Have you seen that, man?
No. Chip Zdarsky is drive pilled. Have you not seen him shirtless with a leather jacket on?
I have. In actuality, Chip Zdarsky is the biggest Chad. He is the Chad comic book writer we've been waiting for.
There's Donny Cates.
Him and Donny Cates. They're the Chads, and then Tom King and Daniel Warren Johnson are the Sweet Boys.
Because like when I first saw talkings of this, I was like, oh, it's the origin story of the Joker, and I'm like, fuck that, no. But now it's like, oh no, it's Joker post dipping in the acid, trying to like build up his criminal empire before the first Batman story. with him, that's cool. That's not a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
And it can only be told once, and if it has to be anybody contemporary, Chip would be the best one.
Probably.
Yeah. DC announces The Batman, first night from Dan Jurgens.
Yeah, so this is a new free issue Black Label book that is going to be retelling some of the earliest Batman stories, but in a more realistic historical context, because those comics, we forget, they came out when the First World War was still going on.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be kind of dealing with some of those issues.
Yeah, but
which
less Joker year one and more Joker's rise to power.
Yeah. Which I think this is an interesting concept. I'm definitely like kind of like, ooh, that might be a fun read. But also it's Dan Jurgens. And like I love Dan Jurgens. He seems like a nice guy. He wrote Death of Superman, but also like the man hasn't written anything incredibly good and notable since Death of Superman.
Yeah, but you know what? It's a side project. It's meant to be its own thing. Could work. Could work. Could not. But I just got to point out, like, look at Batman's face on this cover. It's like, who's there? What's going on?
I'm just a boy. I'm just a boy looking around, looking for clues. I'm the clue man.
And they're making it very clear this is a new take on Batman, especially with that hyphen.
Yeah. We'll see.
We'll see.
It'll happen.
Oh my God, Aki coming in with the big jokes. But
the Buttman, let's go! Funny! We've achieved funny, everybody! It's funny now! Laugh!
We're getting a free comic book day Doctor Who comic.
Yeah, this isn't going to be at every store. It's not a gold label release, but it will be a big old special of an adventure of the new 15th Doctor, which is very interesting. Because I don't think we have a release date for his first season yet, so it would be really funny if this is like couched in the continuity of that season, but it releases before any of those episodes. Because it does say it's going to feature both the 15th Doctor and Ruby Sunday in it, so be interesting to see what they do. But it's also like, I don't talk about Doctor Who comics on here for a reason, and that's that the company that currently has the license, Titan, not been doing a good job. Every one of their books just feels slightly off and weird from how that Doctor's era should feel. Because that was their big thing, is they're not just making a book about the current Doctor, they're making a book about every revived series Doctor, and every once in a while they'll do a mini-series about a classic Doctor, and none of them have really hit for me. Could just be the writers they're hiring, but it's been every single Titan book I've tried, so I don't know. I'll give this a shot, but I'm hesitant, Chief. I'm hesitant.
Is it like so out of character that you're going like it's bad, or is it just like there's too much oregano?
Yeah, it's kind of the latter.
It's just more of like, it's too much of this thing that I don't like, but other people can find enjoyable.
My first Doctor Who experience I liked was the 10th Doctor comics. Was it the Titan comics or was it the IDW comics? Because IDW had the license while the 10th Doctor was the current Doctor, and they put out a couple of pretty good stories. But I don't know. I only read like the first issue of the first Titan 10th Doctor book, and I didn't care for it. So we'll probably get more announcements once the specials are done airing. Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
The one with the gay companions.
That does not narrow it down.
But hey, Tamashii Nations SH Figure Arts Captain Marvel.
Yeah, the Tamashii Nation's winter event was this weekend, and at there we got a lot of better looks at upcoming SH Figure Arts. One of which is the Marvel's Captain Marvel, because we only had that one promotional image for her when she was announced for pre-order last week, and here they had a big old case of just 3 different copies of the figure. They could have used this to put out like a display only Kamala and Monica, but nope, fuck you, free carols all the way till Sunday. And I gotta admit, it is looking a little better in hand. I still think the likeness on the regular head looks a little off, but she's got that big, like, I'm going Super Saiyan head on the one in the middle that's flying, and that one looks a little better, in my opinion.
Yeah. This is the face of a white woman going, mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Yeah!
That's that face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're Carol.
It sure is Carol.
SH Figure Arts, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Spider-Punk.
Yeah, this was the one brand new Marvel reveal they had at the show, which is they had a big old display of all their Across the Spider-Verse figure arts that are already out or up for pre-order, and then just here's Spider-Punk right in the middle. They didn't say he's officially happening or going up for pre-order. I couldn't find a picture of his placard, so I don't know if it was explicitly display only or not, but the fact that they're showing it and the fact that those figure arts have been selling really, really well, I think we're gonna get this guy. I think it's safe to say, and looks really stinking good. Looks like a
Yeah.
good ass figure of that design.
Looks really good. Looks really solid. I love Miles being surprised. That's a
Yeah.
good pose. Good Spider-Punk.
Mhm. Spider-Punk the Goat and White Woman the action figure. Let's go, boys. Bandai's really killing it right now.
We got the figures from the recent McFarlane releases. Captain Carrot looking cool.
Yeah, we got the official promotional images and pre-orders. And one thing to note here, this Captain Carrot is actually a variant. It's going to be a chase. There's no way to officially pre-order it. It's going to be shipping alongside the regular one, but it's more of like a classic colors version with the brown fur and the green trunks, which is a neat thing. I've never seen Todd do a chase variant before, but it's kind of cool.
Yo, what's up, Axel T? We're just talking about some comic book toys. Look at Captain Carrot. Look at him go.
Axel T, the T-Man, saying hi. Hello, hi, man.
We got Captain Carrot. We got Construct
This is
Batman.
yep, the variant of the Green Lantern Batman, which is just all translucent green. All the lime snotty Batman. Look at him.
I have a piss poor memory, bud.
Yeah, unfortunately, we do so many of these that if you're not a regular, you don't stick in my head. But hey, that's why you should become a regular. Become a regular chatter. Be a funny boy. Tell us good jokes in the chat, and you will stick around.
But also don't let that peer pressure you.
No, do let me peer pressure you. I'm the ultimate pressure peer.
Don't let Vax sell you on cigarettes.
That's my superpower. That's my secret, Cap. I'm always smoking. I'm always smoking that ganj like fucking green Superman here.
What the fuck is this?
I think this is supposed to be like he's kryptonite poisoned or something, but why, Todd? Why, Todd? Why?
Apparently,
You commented on a Megaforce video. Interesting. A lot of people did that.
alrighty, but
Let's narrow it down though.
that is a green Superman.
Yep. So interesting that Todd's attempting to do chase variants now. Those are the regular versions. Those are going to be the ones that you'll most likely find in stores. But if you find the chase variants, maybe you'll find some extra money because those will probably go for decent money on eBay. But also don't do that. Don't be a scalper. Just buy toys because you like them. Do these toys look cool? Do you like them? Maybe consider trying to find them.
Yeah.
What's my favorite MCU film? Oh boy. Ooh, maybe you should subscribe and turn on notifications for my channel because you might find that out here in a couple of weeks.
Okay, cool. Here's a red tornado. Look at this guy. He's red and
Yeah.
tornado-y.
Yeah, they're making a classic Red Tornado under the gold label. I think there is some reuse from like Martian Manhunter or one of his various toddy Supermen. But it's a really good looking Red Tornado. I like it.
Who came first, Red Tornado or Vision?
To the Google.
To the Google? Is that when you have a Gyaro slime girl?
Yes. Red Tornado first appeared in August of 1968.
Okay. Yeah, I think Vision was 70 something.
What the fuck?
What?
It literally appeared in the exact same month.
Holy shit!
That must have been like, ooh, right place, right time. Something was in the air.
Yeah. I mean, that's like Doom Patrol and X-Men being premiering like only a couple months apart.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, we do No Prize every Sunday.
Yep. We are the Sunday comic boys. That's
Comics,
us.
movies, merchandise, and more. Doesn't Drake Bell voice Spider-Man in Avengers EMH? I think in the second appearance, yes.
No, he voices them in both appearances.
Oh, it is both appearances?
Yeah, we talked about that back when we did Along Came a Spider.
Well, I look. Do I have a good memory? No. Am I
No,
a funny,
you have
entertaining
Alzheimer's. We've
person?
established
Yes.
this.
But yeah, no, Red Tornado. He looks cool.
Yeah, looks good. What's the next Todd boy?
Perfect to go with all your Young Justice figures.
Yeah.
We got Animal Man. Look at that boy. Look at this.
Yeah, classic Morrison-looking Animal Man with a random animal hand. I think this is based on a specific story from the Morrison run where this happened, but I do not remember that at all.
Yeah. Don't be a coward, McFarlane. Give us a Grant Morrison figure.
Yep, give us the regular boy. Get rid of that animal hand and give him a jacket.
Give us Grant Morrison.
Yeah. Oh, actual Grant Morrison action figure with peyote drinking action. Let's go.
I mean, he did the character did show up in Suicide Squad. They did, and they died.
Mm.
I think their superhero name was the Rider.
Excellent.
McFarlane Toys. Oh, look, it's what everyone thinks Damien is.
Little goblin boy. He gonna bite you. He gonna scurry up and bite you on the ankle.
Oh, look, it's Morbius.
Oh! Funny.
What other jokes we can make?
I don't know. It's very obvious.
Don't
very
feed it
easy.
after midnight. People saw your ass crack. I think he's gone. Let's take a moment and start criticizing his room. Let's see. Oh, you got a fucking Piplup? Not Piplup. Chimchar? Fuck Chimchar. Let's see. What can we use your psychic energy and knock over his toys all together now. 3, 2, 1. Hello there.
That's nice. I probably just woke up my mom.
Good job. We're proud of you. Yeah, no, it's a Robin.
Yeah.
It's Robin from
It's
DC versus
very
Vampire.
obvious, very easy reuse, but that's fine. That's fine. I heard people liked DC versus Vampires. I did not read it. I don't care. Look at that little man.
Yep. First look, Owlman.
Yeah, another classic boy, though it's not quite the classic look. This is based on his appearance in Forever Evil, which is a New 52 era event that I did not read. But it looks classic-y enough. You could probably fudge it in. And also, he is the bluest blue boy to ever blue. He's blue Abadi Abadai, so he's a Walmart exclusive.
Do you think Robin will ever be in the DCEU? Yes, because James Gunn said so.
Yeah, they confirmed that. That's what they're doing for the Batman, the Brave and the Bold movie.
Yep.
Read news.
Come on, we're news providers here.
Yeah, we provide news, so you read it.
Spawn's Universe King Spawn Mega Figure set. Look.
I'm gonna be honest. I thought this line was dead. This really surprised me, but I guess Todd's just keeping it going through sheer force of will. This looks to be almost that entire Mortal Kombat slash Spawn with Throne mold, but with a redone chest to accommodate the wings and obviously a new head. The little demon boys that he comes with look kind of cool. But I would not buy an entire Spawn just for little demon boys who can hang out with other figures. Um, are going to be a lot of weapons with this. This is probably another way to get a bunch of guns out for your DC figures.
It's Spawn a DC or a Marvel character. He's an independent character. He is owned by his creator and can be published anywhere. However, because his creator also partially owns Image Comics, it's usually Image Comics.
Yes, correct on all accounts.
Also, this feels like it'd be a really good where's a good picture of it? Really good weapons pack for your DC figures that need some guns.
I literally said that like a minute ago.
Well, fuck you.
How advanced is your all-timers?
I'm not an old timer.
You're getting there.
Guess what?
What?
We're moving on.
Oh my god.
NECA Turtles. Putting pre-orders for Mirage, TMNT, 4-pack, Black Friday.
Yeah, so we don't normally do this kind of stuff, but this is a 4-pack that is highly sought after right now, and it saw a very limited release as a Target exclusive back during the summer, and NECA is going to be offering it for pre-order on their website on Black Friday, and it's probably going to be the last chance to get these for a while. So if you're one of the people who wasn't able to get them originally and you really, really want them, hope you've been saving those pennies, because I don't know what they're going to charge for it on their website, but I know I paid $125 for it at Target. It's a really good set. If you like the comic turtle designs, I highly recommend it, but it does cost a pretty chunk of change.
Yep,
and it is an Oops All Raphael set, so there you go.
No, it's the original bandana colors. I have not seen the original Spawn movie, but I have heard things.
Yeah.
We're excited for Deadpool 3. We've seen some set photos and Dogpool.
It looks neat.
Yeah.
I like the first two.
Yeah. I have a feeling it's just going to get fucking weird because of everything that's happening.
Oh, yeah. I saw a quote from the director back during the strike that was really interesting in that, like, he can't confirm or deny anything, but he thinks the list of cameos they've gotten is insane.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, you ready to talk about some comic books on our comic book podcast?
They've confirmed it's going to be R, Axel. That's not a thing we have to wonder about. They've said several times they're going to keep it R.
Yep. Hey, we both read The Daredevil.
Ooh, good old red candy cane boy. I like him.
Yeah, no, this has been really good.
Yeah. Oh man. Still really enjoying this run. Just it's not a lot I can really say that iterates on our pre-existing discussions of him, of this run. I mean, but just the characterization for Matt continues to be spot on.
Oh yeah. There's so many good little elements in this though, because it's like they're really playing into Matt's disability. I'm not saying playing into. They're really acknowledging Matt's disability, which is nice.
Yeah.
To see, because sometimes some writers tend to ignore it until it's convenient.
Mm-hmm. They tend to just write him as, oh, his superpower basically makes it so he can see. So why do I need to do blind stuff?
And it's like, no, like this guy, Daredevil can't search through the person's phone to figure out things. Like he fumbles. He has to have his own special disability things, which I think is nice. It's a neat way of like challenging our hero.
Yeah, I mean that's one thing I always appreciate is that little attention to detail. Like I remember in the Netflix show, there's a scene in the first season when they're typing up some kind of court document, and there's like a special machine he has that gives him a way to read in Braille what's on his laptop screen. And I didn't even know that existed, but
Yeah,
apparently
it
that is a
does.
thing blind people really get,
Also,
and that's cool.
apparently they're fucking expensive, and a dude just recently invented an open source alternative to the little modular that normally costs like $200-$300 and brought it down to like $50.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, and made it open source so anybody can just print one on a 3D printer and the electronics that you need. Do you need to? Is Defenders important to the MCU? Not really. You watch it if you want to watch it.
Yeah. It's not great, but it's also not the worst thing that came out of the Netflix partnership.
No, that's Iron Fist.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to mention. You do understand what the new gang is, right?
Maybe, but just in case, explain it.
They're called the Heat. They're a bunch of 30 to 40-year-old white men, and they have government issue weapons. They're fucking cops.
I think, doesn't he explicitly say that in there?
I don't think
like there's a guy who's a cop who no, there's a scene where he goes like, oh, this guy I'm fighting, this is the cop that came to my door in the last issue. What the fuck?
That one comic when Punisher killed the entire Marvel universe. Yeah, Garth Ennis is a man.
He's a person.
Yeah. That was a big thing that Marvel did for a bit, where it's just like, hey, blank kills the Marvel universe. Except the one with Wolverine, that's a weird zombie plague.
Or like the Deadpool one, where it turned into an entire ongoing meta nightmare series. That was actually really good. I like those.
Yeah. He went and fought Ahab and Moby Dick. Daredevil good. Oh yeah, wait a second. Bullseye back.
Bullseye back! Oh no! What are we gonna do about Bullseye?
Also, Ben Urich is acting strange.
Yeah, I think he's got some kind of magic spell on him.
Yeah, I think he's demon possessed.
Yeah,
like
he's got them daemons.
Like Electro was.
Yeah.
We both read Outsiders.
Oh wow, you read this? Okay.
Because I recognize that fucking white suit.
What did you recognize it from?
Did you not recognize the logo at the very end of this goddamn issue?
I mean, I got that, but I just...
Okay, we're just rip the Band-Aid off. This is a reboot of Planetary.
Yeah, kind of nutso, but also let's go. Also, just like, I don't know, I liked this, but it feels like I'm watching a pilot for like a network show. It doesn't feel like I'm reading a superhero comic.
Yeah, that's kind of what Planetary was also like.
See, I haven't read Planetary yet.
I've read half of Planetary.
I was just kind of like, oh man, I haven't read Kate Kane since that original J.H. Williams run. Let's see what she's up to. And I was like, okay, I know who the Foxes are. I kind of know who this guy is. All right. Ooh, this drummer lady seems interesting. Oh, this is that. This is secret that. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of trying to make the Outsiders basic Planetary. These are just XPs. Yeah, they are just XPs of the Planetary crew, but I think they're trying to do something with that. Movie Deadpool and X-Men? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, he literally becomes an X-Men in the second movie. That's canon, dude.
Yeah.
That's a canon event.
Yeah. Drummer's weird.
Drummer's weird, but she's interesting.
No, the original drummer was a dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Planetary drummer was a dude. Like
I should have looked it up and checked, but I just kind of assumed she was invented for this book.
She was invented for this book because she's a brand new character. The original drummer from Wildstorm is something different. Because here's the thing. This is also reintegrating a lot of Wildstorm stuff into DC. Because that ship is the ship the Authority lived on.
Yeah, I recognized that, and I was like, ooh, that's kind of funny. That's going to make Boingo do a pog when I tell him.
And all those uniforms that Drummer was walking by at the end of the issue were Authority characters.
Yeah, I assume that as well. Doesn't it say, like, they're the they're the spirits of the ages or something like that. Like Jenny Sparks's costume is in there.
No, those are called Century Babies, and that's a very specific kind of
Yeah, no, it says they're the Century Babies.
yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
right.
Century Babies are a very specific kind of thing in the Wildstorm universe.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it makes sense because I mean they've been slowly folding in Wildstorm. There was a new Wildcats book earlier this year.
Yeah. And the ship specifically says like I want to return to the snowflake, and the Wildstorm universe was described as a snowflake and planetary.
Mm-hmm.
A huge fan of Outsiders. It did hurt a little bit. Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, what Outsiders are you a fan of? Because there's like 3 or 4 different, very distinct versions of Outsiders at this point.
I'm gonna put money down. Aki is a fan of the Red Hood version of the Outsiders because that's the recent one.
Well, there's that, and then there a version after that just recently, like during the not the dawn of DC, but it was the era before that, and in between that and Rebirth, there was some book that was like the Signal, Cassandra Cain, and a couple other characters. That Batman and the Outsiders book.
Yeah. And there's always classic Outsiders where Batman was like, fuck you, Justice League, I'll go make my own team. With Metamorpho.
Batman, what a silly guy.
Wasn't there a Batgirl movie at one point? Did it get canceled? It got canceled.
Yeah, that's extensively documented. That was a whole thing. People
Yeah.
are still pretty sore about it.
But it's very clear that this person's not, Axel's not so super tuned into the comic book news cycle. So,
Oh, Aki is a fan of that one. Okay.
Duke cast the one in that one in the classic one. Okay. I'm sorry
Wow.
I said you were a Red Hood fan, Aki.
I'm sorry, I accused you of heinous crimes.
I'm sorry I accused you of war crimes punishable by the Hague.
I accused you of the shittiest taste.
Outsider's not really Outsider's, just more Dark Trinity. Fair enough. But yeah, this is much more of a reboot of Planetary than it is The Outsiders. And I think they didn't. I think they named the book Outsiders because they didn't want to give it away that it was a Planetary reboot.
That and Outsiders as a name just has more of a cachet with DC audiences.
And honestly, let's just put it this way: Planetary also has a negative cachet with a lot of people right now, considering its creator. Warren Ellis.
Which one? Oh, that's a Warren Ellis joint? Oh, boy. Yeah.
So, like...
We're reclaiming it!
Well, here's the thing. Like, it's super easy to, like, dismiss Frank Miller for a lot of the bullshit he did. Because when he said that bullshit, the work he was making was shit. It's not good. Yeah. It's easier to do that. The problem with Warren Ellis is he's done crappy shit, but all the books he made were good and very relevant and very influential, and like they're still.
And he also, it's not that he was saying bad stuff. Warren Ellis legitimately did some very heinous things behind the scenes.
Just a large litany of emotional abuse.
Yeah.
We
talked about that earlier, bud. Just before you came in, we got all webbed up in here.
We were
webbed out all over everybody. It was crazy.
Back over here, madamed.
I am Madam Pill. That's me. I'm
Ezekiel Pilled.
I'm gonna beat the record of that one guy who made the YouTube video about going to see Morbius 5 times in a row. I'm gonna see this movie 10 times in a row. That's how much I am hyped. Yeah, I'm gonna watch the movie at Margaritaville on my phone. I'm gonna be the ultimate Sony.
Do you actually watch his videos? Because he makes good videos.
I do. I've seen a couple of them. I'm not like an avid watcher, but I do watch a few here and there. I've seen the Margaritaville one. I've seen the Tropical Cafe. Is that it?
Jungle Cafe.
Jungle Cafe, and there was another one recently that I watched. I can't remember what it was though.
I think we're one step closer to getting Spider-Man in the Sony Spider-Man universe. Mac, you're poor. You're not going to go watch the movie.
You don't know what my financial situation will be like when the movie comes out. You don't predict my destiny.
Back. Look behind you.
I can quit anytime I want. Anytime I What?
You got my joke though.
I will give all this up. This is how Madam Pilled I am. I'm going to give all this up just for the Madam Web experience.
All right.
What's the next book?
I read Superman Lost.
Oh, is he found yet?
He's closer than ever because guess what? We only spend like 3 pages in flashback.
No.
We're finally like caught up. Because basically he's hanging out on Ran waiting for Doctor what's his name?
Dr. Fate?
No.
Adam Strange?
Adam Strange. I was about to say Doctor Strange, just like, no, that's not his name. What the fuck?
That's another man.
Yeah, that's another man entirely. Adam Strange should get there so he can use the Ram particles to get back to Earth. And that's how he came to Earth. That's why, that's all how everything got situated. As Lex Luthor is literally going like, Superman hasn't killed me yet. What the fuck? Why has Superman not killed me yet? I gave Lois cancer. Superman should be killing me by now. All the while, a person's breaking into his house, breaking into his property, which is in like the middle of fucking just a small town, and Luthor's there going like, "Oh, hey, yeah. No, you're a thief who actually knows their art history. You know how valuable this piece of work is. Good job. Yeah, go ahead, steal it. I don't give a fuck. I'm just wondering why Superman hasn't killed me yet."
What a silly guy.
Actually, by the way, do you want a job? I can just give you a job and you can do shit like this for me. Cool. And Lois is just dealing with it, and Clark is just going like, he's dealing with this like, I left the world to be doomed and I feel guilty about that, and everyone's going like, yeah, but you can't help it, you're home now, try to move past it. Like, even Black Adam says that to him. It's like, hey, you're home now, it's okay to be sad, but you got to take a step forward. Yeah. And Lois is getting sicker and sicker, and he helps her to bed, and her purse drops, and he sees the bottle of pills, and he's like, what the fuck? And he looks on her phone, and there's just text from Luthor, and it's just like, that's where the book ends, and it's just like, oh my god, Superman now knows that Lex Luthor is behind a lot of things, because Lois didn't tell him. That's why he wasn't going after Luthor yet.
Ooh.
So now, Luthor's got, like, that's Luthor's whole big thing is like, Superman's gonna kill me. That's gonna get him, gonna try and kill me. That's gonna get him back out of his funk. It's weird, but it's good.
Lex is like, this is how Superman gets his groove back, boys.
Yeah. So let's see, Venom is Iron Man, Morbius is Hulk, Kraven is Thor, and Madam Captain America.
Axel, you are the most creative little boy. I love it. Give this man a contract.
Nintendo, hire this man.
Sign him to the WWE writers' room right now.
But you read Speed Force.
Yeah, boy.
Speed Force.
This is essentially people like these characters and we haven't done anything with them in a minute. Here's a book for the both of them, kind of a thing.
I skimmed it. There's also another character that hasn't been around in a while that they're using.
Yeah. And I will say, this book is definitely not for me. I hesitate to call it bad, but it's 2 characters who I wasn't super familiar with, and I was like, I've seen them crop up in things here and there. Maybe this is my chance to get into them and as characters in their own right. No, because it's not like they're unlikable, but they are super zoomer pilled. That is how I would like to describe their dialogue. It is very goofy, it is very flirty, it is very memey. It's not bad, it's like, imagine fucking Izzy in the early episodes of Power Rangers Dino Fury cranked up to 11. That's what these 2 are like in this book. And I'm like, I'm sure there's somebody who is just laughing their Budinsky off at this, but it's not me.
I did, but Mossy Minnows are in here.
Yeah, it was cool to see them.
Are they comic book originals or are they from the cartoon?
No, they're from like they're old boys who have barely been used since then.
Do you think there'll ever be a Marvel DC crossover movie? They can
Fuck
barely get their
no.
they can barely get their shit enough together to do another fucking crossover comic.
Yeah. And DC is like they're rebuilding, but they're in shambles right now. Let's try
Yeah.
and get DC's house in order before we start talking about a crossover movie.
And Marvel's house is cracking, and they need to fix it sooner rather than later.
Yeah, they need a big old pot of spackle over there.
Like it's not fixable, but it needs like some work.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the villain of this whole thing is like, holy shit, you're using Batman.
Fucking silly man. Oh my god, they're gonna make him serious. Let's go.
Music Maestro.
Yeah. A lot of just like, hey, remember this thing from the Teen Titans cartoon? Because I know you ain't read those old ass comics. Here's this. Look at this.
Yeah. It's neat. It's cool times. It's the idea, just not for you.
Yeah.
I mean, it also it's not Williams. It's not Joshua writing this, is it?
I think this is Jeremy Adams.
No, it says something Williams. DC uses last names.
This might be Joshua Williams. I'm going to pull it up on the website right now.
Ooh.
Because I don't have the books on my phone this week.
Ooh. Whomst is it? For whomst the bell tolls? For whomst the frog fucks a cat?
Credits page. Where is the credits page? It is Jarrett Williams. I have not heard of this man before.
All right, well, you got a book published, dude. Good job.
Congratulations.
But I read Dark X-Men.
Ooh, Donnie Darko. Did he join the team?
No.
Damn it.
Basically, what happens is Orcus and the one fucking demon goblin queen like use some trickery and get into the embassy, and they're going like, oh, we know what'll happen. We just need to break out Chasm, and he'll fuck everything up for us. And they go and break out Chasm, and he goes like, guys, I'm a bad guy, but you're Nazis. Fuck you, and walks back into his jail cell.
What a guy, what a pal, what a friend.
As the Dark X-Men show up and go like, what the fuck are you doing in our house? And they start to fight.
Is Ben Reilly back? Did we do it? Did we fix him yet?
No.
Damn.
But he is the most Ben Reilly he has been in months.
Hooray.
He is quippy. He's like, hey, I may be a surly asshole right now, but you guys are dickheads. Fuck you. Fight.
Excelente.
It's
Rosamonte.
better than nothing. Also, there's a cute moment with Gambit and Rogue at the beginning where Gambit's going like, hey, I've been through dark shit, and I know these guys need help. And Rogue's just like, I can call Cap, I can get you on the team. And he's like, no, my place is here. That's really sweet. Is that a fucking raisin?
The prune. Big prune. Look at this big prune. I like this prune.
Why are you eating prunes?
I'm eating trail mix.
Do you need to be regular?
I like them. They're tasty.
Who do you consider the main character in the MCU? There is no main character. That's what makes it a cinematic universe.
It's a universe.
It's an ensemble.
Mm-hmm.
I read Ghost Rider.
Did he ride the ghosts?
Yeah, they're just still on the trail of the cult. We get more backstory for Goth Girlfriend.
Yeah.
She was riding with the person who like tried to get her into the cult and taught her magic. And as they were riding motorcycles one day, she saw her parents' car got in an accident. She was worried about her parents. She tried to get to them. She burned part of her face. That's why she always has the bangs.
Mm.
And
she got Zuko'd.
Yeah. And it's because her shithead boyfriend killed him with magic. But she didn't know it at the time. She knows it now, you know.
Wasn't Tony the main character until he died in Endgame? I mean, that's kind of a narrative people constructed retroactively, but I do see the argument.
But he wasn't the main character. Like, he was only the main character in 4 movies before 4, 5, 6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
He was a major character in a lot of movies, but I wouldn't say he was the main character of every movie, especially because he wasn't in every movie.
yeah.
That's the thing is, I don't think there's been a character that's been in every MCU movie.
Stanley.
Not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. But basically, just we'll learn more about Goth Girlfriend, more about that. And Johnny Blaze the entire time is like, hey, I understand you've been through shit. I want to be there for you. Let me help. And she's just like, fuck you. Cut. Fine. Let me tell you my tragic backstory.
Oh, you gotta be loving me. I love. Oh man, is this just fucking emo Scott Pilgrim?
So next book. Um, I can see him being in the MCU eventually, but it all depends on which. Like maybe Johnny, maybe Danny.
Yeah, it could definitely happen.
Yeah. World's Finest, Teen Titans.
Very misleading cover.
Yeah, this feels like it's an epilogue to the book.
Yeah, it feels like Dan Moore was busy and he didn't have time to draw an actual cover, and they just went, "Oh, we have that one flashback panel. Let's just blow that up and put something else in the background."
Yeah, it's not a bad cover. And it's also not a bad book.
hmm But Batman doesn't show up in this. Robin does not get literally grounded. It's more about like that could happen if Robin reveals his identity to the rest of the Titans, but they're at a huge boiling point and he needs to do that or something like that to regain their trust. And so, spoilers, he goes and does that.
Yeah. I also love how like earnest and goofy that moment is. It's just like, "Hi, I'm Dick Grayson, and we're gonna fix this team."
Also, huge props to Mark Wade for not doing the obvious thing and just ending the book on a dick joke.
Wade's way too sincere and cares about characters to ever make a dick joke.
The thing is, like, there is a part of me that's still bracing for there to be a bunch of them in the next issue, but I'm not like expecting it. I'm like, it could happen, but
Yeah.
probably not. But yeah, no, it's good. It's a lot of dialogue, and it really relies on your own impressions of the character carrying that dialogue. There's a part of me that thinks like it would be really good if there was voice acting to go with it. As is, it's just pretty good.
Yeah. What book next? Let me double check. Yes, I read The Immortal Thor.
Oh man, he's gonna live forever.
Yeah. Theranos is fucking on his way, and Thor's going like, "All right, cool, fuck. Hey, can you send a message to Beta Ray Bill that I need his help?" And Beta Ray Bill's just like, "I don't know, dude. We had some fucking bad blood for a bit, but like, if you're taking a moment to actually ask for my help, you're getting it. I'm helping you because we've been in a weird place and we need to, and that's just unusual, you know."
Hmm.
He goes to Storm while she's in the middle of the war on Mars and goes like, "Hey Storm, I need your help." And she goes like, "I'm busy." "No, Storm, you need to come with me." And she goes like, "Fuck you." Brings the lightning down on him, and he's just like, "Ow."
Or Norse god of not being able to read a room.
Here's the thing, he just asked the lightning to stop hurting him, and Storm's like, "The fuck?" It's like, the lightning likes both of us, come on." And Storm goes like, "Yeah, but I control more than that." Starts doing atmospheric pressure, and Thor basically stands up and goes like, "All right, look, I am a god. If I need to, I can handle anything. I need your help, Storm." Throws his hammer at her. Is that a raisin?
That is a raisin. Congratulations, you guessed right this time.
He throws the hammer at Storm. She grabs it. She becomes a Thor. Then Loki comes in, and Storm's like, no, fuck this shit. Throws it at Loki. Loki brings Beta Ray Bill. He catches it. He becomes a Thor. And then he hands it off to Loki. And now Loki's a Thor. And then Valkyrie shows up, Jane Foster. They throw the hammer up to her. She's now a Thor. Theranos is there going like, fuck all of you. You repetitive sons of bitches.
They literally just hot potato it, huh?
Yeah. And Thor just looks at him and goes like, you could have handled one. You could have beaten one Thor. But can you beat a Thor core?
Ooh, he went there.
Also, Minotaur's back from Immortal Hulk.
Ooh.
He's bought all the rights to the Marvel Comics in universe. And says a prayer to Roxxon. Only wore his helmet in the MCU once. Because it's a big, complicated helmet, and it's harder for the actors to move.
Yeah. Probably make Chris Hemsworth's head itchy, too.
Yeah. It's kind of it. It's kind of why things like that happen.
Yeah.
That's also why superheroes often remove their masks in superhero movies, because it's just easier to catch the face.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah,
I don't like it. I agree with people. It's kind of disappointing, but I understand it.
Yeah. This book was good.
Yeah.
But again, it is very mythology.
It's very heady.
Yeah, very heady, very mythological.
It's very scholar-pilled.
Yeah. But it's good. You read Crusader.
Yeah, let's go. It's time for Crusader, boys. I would like to take this opportunity, because this is my one indie book this week, to just state that while I was checking for the writer of Speed Force, I realized I completely missed Red Sonja and Ranger Academy this week. So sorry. Maybe we'll swing back around and get those next week. It'll probably be whenever the next issue of them comes out, actually. But Crusader, boys, oh boy. Another really good issue, because he's just kind of traveling around with the frog guy, and they've got no real plan, and they're going like, oh man, what are we going to do? And then the people from the village from last issue show up, and they're like, hey, actually we want to work with you, because we're a party of general, like, do-gooder roaming hero types. They're basically a fucking D&D party, and they're like, hey, you should join up and help us, because we don't know what's going on with you either, but maybe if you adventure around for us for long enough, you could find a way back home. And he's like, that sounds legit. What you guys are doing is kind of like a crusade. I guess I could get with it. And then the Goblin Man shows up and just murders the fuck out of everybody. It's actually really gruesome and scary the way they play it. It's kind of cool. But the big cliffhanger is it's just Crusader and the leader of the D&D party and the little frog guy against the scary Goblin Man, and oh man, what's gonna happen?
Ooh. I just imagine him also hanging out with the adventurers, going like, so Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, also, there is a literal fucking Mandalorian moment in this too.
Oh my god.
Because Frogman asks him like, hey, what do you look like under there? Why haven't you ever taken your helmet off? And he's like, I just don't do that. That's just a thing with me and my religion. I just don't do that. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure that wasn't a thing with the actual Crusaders, but I'll allow it.
I mean, most of the Templars, the Crusader Templars, were literally just bankers.
Mm-hmm.
I read Jean Grey.
I think that should be plural. That's Jean Grey's.
Well, most of it is just, hey, Jean, live with the consequences of life.
Hey, Jean. I was gonna do Hey Jude, Hey Jude, or Hey Jude, but
we don't have the money to
I was gonna do that Beatles song, but I literally realized I can't remember any of the lyrics except Hey Name.
But
I used to listen to that song all the time too. That's really sad. I need to listen to it again, I guess.
But basically, it's just like, hey, Jean, you need to live with the consequences of your life. And the Phoenix Force isn't evil, and it isn't bad. It's just there. And yeah, it can get out of control, but just that's life. You gotta live and move forward.
Got no time for actions, got to live and learn.
Yeah, basically.
Jean Grey confirmed for the next Sonic game.
I read Red Goblin number 10, the final issue of Red Goblin.
Ooh, how'd it go?
It starts off with Venom, Dylan Brock fighting, and both sides of Red Goblin, Normie and Rascal, the symbiote, are going like, "You made a mistake. Stop this. Just separate us." And Dylan goes like, "Guys, you're bonded. I can't. It will kill both of you." And they literally go like, "It'd be better than living like this," which is like, ugh. That's the depression talking, kids.
That's pretty rough.
But then an explosion happens, and they immediately go like, "Fuck, we need to help people." So they go and help save people because that's the right thing to do. And as he's doing it, he goes like, "Why am I calm now? Why is this so easy? Why is helping people the most natural thing for me to be doing?" And he goes from Goblin to like his more regular superhero form as he's helping more and more people. And at the end, he's talking to Dylan, goes like, "Hi, so I can't separate you even if I wanted to. It would kill you, and I don't want to kill you. But like, you helped people there. That's a good thing." And Normie's like, "Yeah, I did, but like, I'm me. I'm Norm. I'm an Osborn. I'm gonna fuck up." And Dylan's like, "Yeah, but I didn't give you the symbiote for any like big grand reason. I gave it to you because I trusted you, and you proved my trust right. You helped people out today. So you're a superhero. Just you gotta be good. You gotta work at it. You know."
Way to go.
And that's the end of the book. This is basically like, yeah, shit's fucked. Your life isn't
That's
perfect.
Normie's got a new status quo, everybody.
Yeah, you just gotta help people. It's a good book. It's solid. What's next? We both read Cap Wolf and the Howling Commandos.
Probably just more of the same.
Yeah.
Still good, but just more of Cap going like, this is fucked up. We gotta do something about this, guys.
Meanwhile,
And,
Nazis are going like, werewolves!
Mm-hmm. And Dugan's just like, God damn it, fuck my life.
in the nicest way possible, though. It's just like, Cap, we ain't leaving you. You're in bad situation. We ain't stopping. It's good. It's very cheesy, schlocky B movie.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think
it's not my favorite book right now, but it's definitely a time. I like it.
it's fun.
Yeah.
We both read the Uncanny Avengers.
Oh my god! We were right.
We called it.
We called it. We did it.
It's
You heard it here first. You heard it here first on the No Prize podcast. Hydra Cap is back, baby.
Yeah, he was playing Captain Krakoa.
Mm-hmm. And the whole issue is really just built around building to that reveal.
Mm-hmm.
There's really not much else to talk about, unfortunately.
No, there's some fun things and fun fight scenes.
Mhm.
Deadpool slices off the twins' arms, and they just go like, "Psylocke, can't you take away their pain psychically?" And she goes like, "Yeah, I could," as they're screaming on the ground.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, just like fuck them. Also,
fuck those little
they're able to convince Blob.
Yeah,
Because Blob's a good guy.
Don't forget, Blob's a good boy. He was just a misguided boy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the beautiful moment where Black Widow is fighting that one dude who has like the power to make you see your nightmares,
Mm-hmm.
like your darkest moments, and he does it to Black Widow, and she just goes like, bang.
Bro, are you new here? Come on.
It's fucking great. It's good. It's solid.
Mm-hmm. Also, just speaking of Blob, did you watch the new back issues?
No, I haven't. No, wait, yes, I have.
They did the volume of Ultimate Spider-Man where you find out that Ultimate Blob is Ultimate Liz Allen's dad.
Yeah.
That I haven't gotten that far in Ultimate Spider-Man yet, so I was just like, but what?
Yeah. And then he ate Wasp.
The original Ultimate Universe, real just flying by the seat of your pants stuff, real WWE ass stuff right there.
Yep. Uncanny Avengers is good.
Yeah.
I read Children of the Vault.
How are the kids? Are the kids all right?
No, they're not, because Cable fucks them up real good.
Nice.
Basically, what he does is infect all their shit with the techno-organic virus, and just says, like, either you die from this or you fucking leave. I don't give a shit. Fuck you. Literally, that's it. And they're
He
going
might
like,
as well have given them the legacy virus.
yeah, it's just like, fuck you. Here you go. And they're like, no, you wouldn't do this. You wouldn't risk everything like this. It's like, what are you talking about? And they go like, but you're an X-Men. You wouldn't kill people like this. And he goes like, we're not X-Men. All the X-Men died in a fucking meat grinder. We're just a couple of old soldiers.
Ooh. Good
Yeah.
moment. Good little character moment right there.
Yeah, and they just say like, fuck you. And
I do really appreciate about this cover, by the way. I love how they just like literally slap the Miss Marvel advertisement on there. It's not a banner like with the other ones. It's just a little YouTube thumbnail. That's great.
it's not bad. Get the word out. It's fine.
Yeah.
Children of the Vault was a fun time. But it is very much just seeing two grizzled soldier men going up against hoopty fruity what the fucks and going like, fuck this shit, fuck you, fuck this, fuck me, fuck you, bang bang, fuck you.
Cool.
Just over and over again.
That's a comic book.
I read Alpha Flight. Turns out the thing about what?
Which logo looked that way first? Alpha Flight or My Hero Academia?
Alpha Flight.
It just struck me how similar those two logos are.
Well, I mean, the creator of My Hero is a big fan of Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
But Alpha Flight, it's good. One of the kids, one of like the teenagers in the building made an oopsie. He went outside and Orcus found him and they're going like, "Oh, we're sending sentinels." Well, we're sending box sentinels. And everyone's going like, "Oh shit. Oh fuck me. Fuck this." Yeah. Good book.
Unfortunate.
Good Canadian book.
Hmm.
We both read Fantastic Four.
I think it's safe to say this is cover of the week right here.
This is cover of the fucking decade.
Alex Ross, man, you can't go wrong.
They gave Alex Ross Doctor Doom writing a Doctor Doom T-Rex, and he nailed it.
Marvel Legends team, I ask you one simple question: when? HasLab when?
HasLab Doomosaurus Rex win.
No. I want a HasLab that's every dinosaur that appears in this two-parter.
This is basic. It's simple. It's Doom and Dino Doom going like, "Hey, fuck you. We're gonna merge the universes together. We have this big super weapon, so you can't stop us. Fuck you."
Really good, really solid, classic Doom dialogue in this.
Mm-hmm. From both Dooms.
Yeah. They don't feel like different characters. It is literally just, yeah, Doom is a pompous asshole in every universe, and it's very entertaining.
So the Dino thing and regular thing basically go and egg them on like you would Doctor Doom and save the day.
Yeah. It's that classic Fantastic Four trope of Doom underestimates Ben because Ben's just a simple little guy. He's the jock. The jock can't beat the big smart mad scientist man, and then he does, and you're like, whoa, I like this jock.
And apparently we're headed back to New York.
Yep. I'm surprised. I thought it was going to be like a couple years in real time, and they would say it was a year in comic book time, but no, it's been almost a year exactly since this book started. And now we're bringing the kids back. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And they're keeping mentioning, oh, Franklin said there was a secret. Wonder what that could be. What's your money? Is Franklin bisexual? Is Franklin still a mutant and he just hid his mutant powers from his dad? Or is Franklin left-handed?
That's a toughie. That's a toughie there, man. I'm gonna. Ooh, boy. Man. Ooh, dangerous. Ooh. I'm gonna go with. Shit, fuck. Franklin is left-handed for 1,000, Dave.
We'll see what happens.
Also, I'm an idiot. It's been more than a year since this book started because this is issue 13.
Yeah, congratulations. I mean, 13 months is almost a year. It's a little over almost a year, but it's still almost a year.
Yes, correct.
I read Blade.
Was he sharp?
No, he fucked up completely.
No, not my vampire daddy.
Evil demon person basically unleashed the latent demon evil in a lot of people of humanity, turning them into like ghouls and werewolves and shit.
Ooh, bunch of spooky Babadooks running around.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up. And Blade wakes up and Doctor Strange is just like, "You fucked up. How bad did I fuck up? You fucked up a lot. Where are my buddies? You don't want to see your buddies. Just show me my friends that I've made in this book so far." And Doctor Strange's like, "All right." He takes him to him, and the one that he banged is basically going like, "Fucking kill me, kill me now." And Doctor Strange goes like, "She put a demon inside her that's causing her infinite pain. Because you fucked up, Blade.
That's rough, buddy.
So let me help real quick." There, now she's not feeling that pain anymore, and she just has 1,000-yard stare. And Blade's just like, I'm gonna fix this. And Strange just goes like, "No, you're not. You are in over your head, and you're a fucking idiot." And goes like, "Yeah, but if I go fuck up and die, I'm out of your hair." And Doctor Strange is like, "Fair enough, bye." So he goes to fight her and fails. And so he goes like, the Blade just literally goes to Dracula to train him to fight a war.
Damn.
Yeah. It's not bad, it's just very quick. That's alright. And it will be continued in the Tomes of Dracula. We both read The Astonishing Iceman.
It's good. I liked it.
Yeah, it's good. It's fun to see Spider-Man be Spider-Man and not be saddled with a bunch of bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. It's fuck it.
Good. You like this book?
We both read Green Lantern.
Oh boy, what a time.
It's really good.
First time in a long time, Hal Jordan has actually felt like a cool guy.
Oh yeah, because he's letting go of his cocky attitude. It's like, okay, what can I do to solve the problem?
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's a Hal Jordan story that's been done a dozen times before, but man, if it doesn't always work.
Yeah, Sinestro steals a bunch of drones and is using them to cause fear across the world, and Hal just goes and beats them all. And then he goes and confronts Sinestro, and Sinestro goes like, "You know what? Yeah, I was trying to cause fear to charge my battery. And you know what? If I'd have gotten all my battery, I would have left and have left you alone and left all of this in the past. I would have not. You would have never seen me again. But you fucked that up, Hal. You fucked that up real good. Now the only thing I feel is rage."
That's pretty good. That's pretty smart writing. That's knowing your Green Lantern lore and playing around with it and making a new action figure for Todd McFarlane to sell.
So he has a Red Lantern ring.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Green Lantern, good.
I like it.
Is that the last book? That is the last book. Yeah.
Oh, we did it.
I think you've hit your wall, haven't you?
A little bit. Silly boy meter's running out.
Tell the people where they can find you.
Hi, I'm the Vacuuminator. I make YouTube videos. There are things you can check out. I just made a video about a comic book character, my favorite comic book character, my favorite character in all of fiction. I finally did it. I made the new updated,
You
new
already made a
progressive
video about Kamen
edition.
Rider Wizard, though.
Bleh.
I'm making a joke.
I made the updated Supergirl video. I finally did it, everybody. You can check it out, youtube.com at the Vacuuminator. I've also got social media. You can check out toy photography on Instagram at the underscore Vacuuminator. You can check out random thoughts on Blue Sky at the vacuuminator.bsky.social. And you can check out gift sets on thevacuuminator.tumblr.com.
Yeah. Hey, howdy. I'm Boingo Rider. You can follow me in a variety of places. I'm on Twitch at twitch.tv/Boingo Rider. I'm also on YouTube, where you can find weekly Kamen Rider reviews as well as video essays and editorials at Boingo Rider. I'm on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky, and Mastodon at either Boingo Rider at Boingo_Rider. I'm also on the Tumblrs. Follow me there. And this has been No Price Podcast, our comics, movies, and merchandise podcast. But we also have other shows that you can watch and engage with, such as Components, where we just hang around, shoot the shit for a little bit. Look forward to this week's episode. It should be a good old hoot and holler.
It's yeah.
We also have another podcast such as Analytical Fanboys, where one member picks a piece of media and makes the other members engage with it, and then we have a conversation about it. This month is going to be on Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, as presented by our good friend here, the Vacuuminator.
It's yeah.
We also have other podcasts such as Twit, This Week in Tokusatsu, where Back and Buster talk about the week of Tokusatsu, and Saturday morning panels. We're back, and our other co-host Snow Cone talks about G.I. Joe and Transformers news and releases, as well as pieces they acquired and the retro comics that inspired it all. But
yeah.
But if you want to support us and help us out, please leave a like, please leave a comment, please subscribe to the channel, and tell us what you think, and tell us what you tell other people about us. Shout to the world how cool No Price Podcast is.
Tell them it's the coolest.
Tell them it's coolio. Is there anything else you'd like to say, Vac?
Are we literally Coolio? Did I become a rapper?
No.
Oh, damn.
Enough said.